Welcome back. We're on lesson 3 of N8.3 and we're exploring and comparing rates today. A rate is when we compare two things with different units. So for example, we need 5 sandwiches for every 2 people. So we're talking about sandwiches compared to people. Oranges are on sale, 12 for $1.49, the amount of oranges compared to the price. Gina earns $4.75 per hour for babysitting, so the dollar amount compared to the hour. There's 500 sheets and 1 roll of paper towel. Here we're comparing the amount of sheets to 1 roll. And I want to note that the last 2 are called unit rates. This means each rate compares a quantity of something, whether it be oranges, sheets, money, to 1 unit. So these ones we're comparing money per 1 hour, sheets per 1 roll. Okay, you're going to get questions like this and they're going to ask you to put it as a unit rate, and I will be showing you how to do that. Here I want to show you the symbol that you'll use. Jamal skipped rope 80 times in 1 minute. This is a unit rate. We say that Jamal's rate of skipping is 80 skips per minute, and we write this as 80 skips, and then this backslash sign is the symbol we're going to use for per. So this means 80 skips per minute. Okay, here we're going to express using symbols. All right, so Noah typed 55 words in 1 minute. So we would write that as 55 words per minute. Okay, Peter ran 5 kilometers in 1 hour. So we'll go 5 kilometers per hour. And notice these little abbreviations here. You can use those as long as it's evident what those are for sure. Express as a unit rate, this is where I told you we needed to get it down to 1 per 1. So if Eli delivered 180 magazines in 4 hours, I'm actually just going to write this as that is. That would be how you write a symbol, but now we want unit rates. So we need to get 4 down to 1, and in order to do that, we would divide by 4, right? 4 divided by 4 is 1 hour, and we would have to do the same thing to this. So 180 divided by 4 is 45. Sorry, it's a little messy. So now we found the unit rate. So he's delivering 45 magazines per hour. A car drove 550 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, again, we want this as a unit rate, so we're going to divide by 5, and we're going to get 110 kilometers per hour. All right, so as I said, unit rate, get it down to per 1, and we don't write the number 1 beside it because it's a given that this is 1. A couple more here. Find the unit price for cost of Coke. 2 liters cost $1.89, so let's divide by 2. We'll take 189 divided by 2 on our calculator, and we'll get, this is actually what shows up. I just want to remind you here on rounding. Okay, we're talking about money, so we're going to the nearest cent. So 2-liter Coke would cost 95 cents per liter. Okay, so all I did was divide this by 2, divide this by 2, and I got the unit rate. And a 12-pack of Pepsi, let's put this over here, costs $4.99. So you're going in the store and you're buying that 12-pack, and you've got to figure out how much it is per can. So we're going to take $4.99 and divide that by 12 on our calculator, and we're going to get the amount of 0.4158. Okay, so 0.415 is what I'm going to look at, because again, this rounds this number because it's money, and we'd get, you could either put $0.42 or 42 cents per can, which I prefer this one. Okay, so now you're knowing how much you're buying, or how much you're paying per 1 can. All right, here's a few examples. These actually come right from your book, and they're the visual notes. I guess you don't have the book, but they're the visual notes for this lesson. So if you want to re-look at these, that's where they are. Okay, so they're saying a human walks an average speed of 5 kilometers per hour. What's the speed in meters per second? Okay, so now we're changing units here. Let's look at the solution. So in 1 hour, he walks 5 kilometers. There's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. This is prior knowledge that you'll need. If you're not sure about this stuff, you can always look that up. So to convert kilometers to meters, you multiply by 1,000. So 5 kilometers is going to be 5,000 meters. So this is what they're asking us, right? Meters per second. Now we have to change the time to seconds. They gave it to us in hours. All right, we know 60 minutes in 1 hour. So 1 minute, a human walks 5,000 meters, because that's where we're at, and we want to divide that by 60. We get 83.3 repeated. Remember that line up there means repeated. So there are 60 seconds in a minute. So we've only got it to minutes now. We went from hours divided by 60 to minutes. Now we got to divide by 60 again to get it to seconds. So in 1 second, a human walks, we'll take this amount here, 83.3 repeated divided by 60 meters to make it 1.38 meters. So they're walking at about an average speed of about 1.4 meters per second. And it's always good if you're going through all these steps in these questions to ask yourself if this makes sense. Can a human walk 1.4 meters per second? They absolutely can, especially if they have long legs. Okay, next one. A squirrel can run at a top speed of about 5 meters per second. What's the speed in kilometers per hour? Again, we've got a whole bunch of conversions to do here. So in 1 second, 5 meters. There's 60 seconds in a minute. So in 1 minute, we're going to take that 5 meters, times it by 60 to get 300 meters. Now we know there's 60 minutes in an hour. So in 1 hour, the squirrel can run about 300 times 60, which is 18,000 meters. 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So we got to convert that by dividing by 1,000. And we get 18 kilometers. So to wrap this all up, in 1 hour, a squirrel can run about 18 kilometers, and we write it at a top speed of about 18 kilometers per hour. Does that make sense? It does, because we knew they could do 5 meters per second. So this one took you from kilometers per hour to meters per second. This one went the other way and went meters per second to kilometers per hour. So you can go through this math again and again. I told you that this is in the notes. So you could print this out and have a look while you're doing these questions if you want to follow these steps, because when you're changing from kilometers per hour to meters per second, you're going to be dividing. And when you're changing from meters per second to kilometers per hour, you're going to do some multiplying first before you convert your kilometers and meters. Mariah is looking for a part-time job. She wants to work 15 hours a week. She has been offered 3 positions. One's a day camp counselor at $7.50 an hour. One's a cashier for 3 hours, $25. And one's a library assistant for $44 for 5 hours. Which job pays the most? And for the job in part A, how much will Mariah work in 1 week? Okay, let's find out which one pays the best first. So now we're calculating the unit rate per hour. We want to find the amount per hour of each one and then compare which one shall make the most. Okay, the day camp rate we already knew was $7.50 an hour. The cashier unit rate, we had to take $25 and we're going to divide it by 3 because we want per 1 hour. So that's what they did here. And they found that it was $8.33 per hour. The library assistant, we wanted to take, or we have to take this and divide it by 5 because again we want it per 1 hour, and we do the same to this. So here we have $44 divided by 5 and it's $8.80 an hour. So here we can see we've got $7.50 an hour, we've got $8.33 an hour, and we've got $8.80 an hour. So the library assistant job is the best pay. Now she only wants to work 15 hours a week, right? So let's do the second part where it said how much will Mariah earn in 1 week. So she's going to go $15 a rate. She's going to pick this higher paying job, times it by 15. Times it by 15 because it's 15 hours, right? And she'll make $130 per week as the library assistant. Let's do this question. We want to find out if Taylor should buy this largest carton. Okay, so let's find out what each one is per unit rate. Here we have 279 for 1 liter, so we've got that done already. Here it's 3.99 for 1.84 liters, so we're going to take 3.99 and divide by 1.84, and that's going to give us $2.17. Don't forget you need to round this number if the number beside it's greater than 5. And then this one here, we're going to take 6.29. We're going to divide by 2.78. This is getting us to per liter. The answer for this is $2.26 per liter. So 2.79 per liter, 2.17 per liter, 2.26 per liter. Should she buy the largest carton? I would have to say no, because she wants to spend the least amount of money. And in this case, the middle size carton is $2.17 a liter, which is cheaper than all the rest. So the better buy is this one right here. Okay. All right, here we have a question like one of the examples where we had to do so many steps of changing units and getting things so that we could compare them. So the dolphin can swim at top speed of 60 kilometers per hour. A polar bear can run at a top speed of 40 kilometers per hour. It says rate each speed in meters per second. So let's start with the dolphin. Okay, let's see if I can write a little neater here. So he's going, or she, at 60 kilometers per hour. So we want to change that. Oops, sorry, 60 times 1,000. So we want meters, right, per second. So that's going to give us 60,000. And now we want minutes per hour. So we're going to take that 60,000 and divide by 60, because there's 60 minutes in an hour, and that will give us 1,000 minutes. And we have to take that 1,000 and divide it by 60 again, because we want seconds, 60 seconds in a minute, and we're going to get 16.6 repeated. So we're going to answer this by saying the dolphin can swim 16.7 meters per second. All right, now the polar bear, he runs at top speeds of 40 kilometers per hour. Same steps, right? Because we want to get to meters per second. So here we have, we're going to take 40 and times it by 1,000. That'll give us our meters because it was in kilometers, right? Then we're going to take that and divide it by 60, which will give us 666.6. And again, divide that by 60. I'm just skipping a step here. I could rewrite this, but we'll make this a little quicker. And that's going to give us 11.1 meters per second. And then you would just write out the sentence again, and you'd have the answer. The polar bear can run 11.1 meters per second. And that's how you do these. So you'll see some like this, you'll see some like the others, and your assignment is following. Good luck with that, and I will see you in the next lesson.